Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well for the start of the day. I'm personally a little bit under the weather, but I want to give you guys a quick daily update, let you know what I'm looking at going from the top down. Honestly, I'm peeking at the 3-day along with 24 hours just to kind of see what momentum looks like and overall get a bias on the trend. You can see this downtrend that we've been holding ever since. Now, this candle on a 3-day, if it so happens to turn into a doji, where we would need a smaller body, right? So if price action just gets compressed a little bit more and we get turned into a doji, then essentially this would be considered a southern doji, which in turn would act as a reversal for price action to start moving back up. Now, if it doesn't finish as a doji or if it just continues to slide down, then it is what it is. But we're looking to see if it can hold this trend line as well too. It's a little bit more visible, like on a 12-hour, right? You can see what that price action looks like. This is what we're trying to hold. This candle right here is a strong buy candle, but as you recall from before, when we see these shaved bottoms, we obviously know who's involved, right? So we got to be careful with this area to make sure that it does hold and it doesn't act as liquidity just to push down even further. The attempt was right here. They did it the first time. Anybody that was buying support here in this area and had tight stop losses, they got stopped out, obviously just to be chasing this position. So it's something to be cognizant about when we get down to this area. I will personally be adding to my long, but I'll also be adding to my long down in this 1537 area. If this area is lost, right, like let's say we get a body, not a wick, but we get a body to this 1537 area, we have a lot of liquidity down here to come down and capture. So I'm going to flip back to a daily. Actually, let's go over to a weekly because I think this gives a little bit better perspective. On a weekly, you can clearly see the downtrend. So for price action to completely flip and go the opposite direction, that is going to take a lot of momentum. That is going to take a lot of strength. And this is when we start to lean on the additional indicators. RSI can be resourceful, but RSI can also be confusing in the sense when it comes to oversold and overbought. I'll give you an example. If we're looking at a 12-hour or even 8-hour, I think it was the 8-hour, I believe. No, it was definitely daily. Right, so we're sitting inside of this oversold area, right? And we haven't actually pushed back up, and we have a money flow that's pushing above, showing that there's more money coming in, but we have deviation from the two of them. So these monies coming in, if you will, can be exits. This is why I rely on a DMI, because on a DMI, it shows me the strength of the trend. Clearly DM negative is bearish, so therefore they're in control. Your ADX being the white line shows where the strength is coming from. So strength is still developing from a bearish perspective. And if you look at it on a 12-hour, it's a little bit more detailed, in my opinion. You can start seeing the curve up, right? So that means strength is building. Momentum is kind of coming flat, but this is where it looks like it could be distribution in these areas. So if we come over to a 12-hour and we just look at this trend, we really haven't moved much. We've almost basically sideways range for the last 3 sessions, if you will. So this looks like distribution for me. This is why I would be very careful trying to long anywhere in this area, as I mentioned yesterday. This is going to be a good area to look into longing because we're going to fill a small little gap right here. But I mentioned it again, you've got to be careful that they don't try to push through and push the price right back down. Bodies underneath 1555 and 1537. You need to kill your longs, and we need to start looking for longs in the 1300s. I'll keep an eye on this for you guys today, but if anything comes up, questions or anything of that nature, just shoot me a message and I'll be happy to help. Have a good start to your day, guys. Peace.